And that's going to also mute your microphones. All right, so just a little bit of housekeeping before we begin. If you have some wall space where you could put the short end of your mat against a wall, that would be ideal. If you don't have wall space, it could be like maybe a heavy bookcase or a couch, like the bottom of a sofa. There's going to be just a little bit of work that we're going to do that might be easier with a wall. If you don't have a wall, you can still do it, and I'll just give modifications. So I can see Stephanie getting set up. I think Maria's set up. Kat, do you and Evelyn have wall space? I'm going to turn your mic on for just a second. Do you have wall space?
No, we don't have wall space, but we've been using this handy couch as like some level of wall space. So okay. Yeah, we'll use that if we can.
Okay, the couch will work. Okay, hey, Abby, do you have wall space to put the short end of your mat against a wall like that, or something like a couch or something that you can at some point use as a prop? Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to turn everybody's mic off again. And for props, if you have blocks, you can use those. A blanket or a towel or something squishy, like a gorgeous ball, a rolled up towel, a rolled up mat for some core work later. All right, and let's start seated. Bring the crown of the head over the pelvis, close the eyes. And turn on your deep Ujjayi breathing. Restorative Forrest Yoga is a slower, more ground-based, you stay close to the ground, approach to Forrest Yoga that has a gentler energy, a more easeful energy than some of our more intense Forrest Yoga practices may have. And so the intent for the practice this evening is to practice struggle-free. As soon as you notice your body or your breath or even your mind starting to tense up and become tight, that's your signal to soften and just to do whatever part of this, the posture or the process that you can do today. In other words, letting go of that cultural belief that the harder we try and the more we quest towards a thing, the better we are, right? That there's some sort of perceived value in struggling. So we're going to dismantle that cultural belief that struggle leads to success, that struggle has value, that struggle has virtue. And instead we'll practice from a place of ease and honoring our limits just right now, just in this moment. We're going to begin with pranayama, with alternate nostril breath. On your right hand, turn the palm to face up and fold the index and middle fingers in towards your palm. Bring the right hand up to the bridge of your nose and take a deep breath in through both nostrils. Exhale through both nostrils. And close the right, inhale through the left for as long as is interesting. Hold the breath for as long as is interesting or as long as is comfortable. When you're ready, exhale from the right for as long as is interesting or as long as is comfortable. Inhale through the right. Hold. Exhale left. Inhale left. And you're on your own now, right? The instruction is to inhale, retain, and exhale only as long as is comfortable, or as long as is valuable, or as long as is interesting. So we're letting go of counting, which is some one size fits all that probably doesn't apply to most of us on most days. We're going to take this breath, this pranayama, at our own pace, dictated by what feels comfortable in the body, or what creates interest, right? As long as it's interesting or as long as it's comfortable. We'll explore this for about 2 more minutes. As soon as you notice any tightness, rigidity, or struggle, because maybe you're thinking, oh, if I just hold it longer or take a deeper breath, right? Be on the alert for those subconscious beliefs that show up as tension or stress in the body. If you notice yourself going into struggle, remember the intent of the practice this evening: practice struggle-free. Next time you exhale from your left side, and that'll be the end of the round. Take your time getting there. There's no need to rush. And when you're complete, if you're still working on pranayama, just keep going. Everyone else, bring your hands behind your back and bring your left knee on top of your right knee, coming into shoelace. And just feel what that feels like, right? You might need to lift your pelvis up to get it to sit squarely on the ground. Just take a moment to sense into this. Left knee on top of right knee. And bring the hands behind the back and take the right knee over the left knee. Wiggle the pelvis around a little bit to sense what this feels like. And then leave your tighter side on top. If you need to go back to the first side to feel which side is tighter to make sure, do that. But Choose which side feels like it needs the most opening, and let's start with that side on top. Now flex your feet and firm the pinky toe sides of your feet down into your mat, firming the sitting bones down. And inhale, reach the right arm up and over. Left hand reaches out by your hip. Exhale and side bend to the left. Relax. We do in Forrest Yoga. And you may want to tilt your chin down towards the floor. Find a position of the head that brings ease into the neck rather than tension or stiffness or tightness or gripping. Firm the pinky toe sides of your feet down and inhale, open the chest. Exhale, relax the neck and soften your shoulder blades down your back. Using your back muscles and shoulder muscles, just move the shoulder blades down. Inhale, open the chest, leaning back. Exhale, shrug the shoulders softly down. Relax the neck, the jaw, the face, the eyes. Next time you exhale, take the right arm and reach it out towards your right hip, palm facing down. And hover your hand maybe a foot and a half from the ground, and spread the fingers open. Press down into the pinky toe sides of your feet, and inhale, telescope your ribs. That means to lift your ribs up and away from your pelvis and widen them at the top. Exhale, soften your neck and stretch right fingertips towards the right side of your area of your space. Inhale, lifting the chest, telescoping the ribs. Exhale, pull the belly in as you stretch the right fingertips off to the right wall. One more deep breath in. Exhale, belly to spine as you reach right fingertips to the right. Now inhale, take the right arm up and over. Brings ease into your shoulders. To do that, I have to my right hand and the left palm is on the ground. Your setup for ease may be different, but experiment until you find it. And then relax the neck. Inhale, breathe and spread the shoulder blades apart on your back ribs. Exhale, relax the neck. Another. Inhale, spread the breath into the back ribs. Exhale, letting go in the neck. Your next inhale, slowly lift your torso up and unwind. And just take a moment once you've unwound, one breath here. Exhale, hands behind your back and switch the crossing of your legs. Put your opposite side on top. Wiggle around until you feel both sitting bones and both buttocks on your mat. Inhale, left arm up and over. Crawl and exhale into your side bend. Bend your right elbow towards you. Relax your neck. Left sitting bone. Sitting bone, whichever leg is on top. Flex the pinky toe sides of your feet into your mat and take a deep breath in. Exhale, soften the neck. Use the shoulder muscles and the back muscles to gently press or glide the shoulder blades down your back. And try to keep your left arm as straight as possible. Exhale, soften the neck, drawing shoulder blades down the back. Relax the neck, the face, the jaw. Inhale, lift the chest, leaning back. Exhale, externally rotate that top shoulder, right? Wrap the shoulder blade, soften the neck, the jaw, the face. Now take a big breath in. Keep your neck relaxed as you exhale, reach the left arm off to the left. Spread your fingers open wide and hover your left hand about a foot or a foot and a half away from the ground. Inhale, telescope the ribs. Exhale, reach left fingertips to the left, right ear to right shoulder. And breathe into where you're feeling this pose the most. And as you exhale, invite some softness and some ease into that part of the body. Just energetically softening. 2 more breaths into where you feel the most sensation right now. Exhale, ease the shoulder blades down the back. Mindful of any forceful, rigid, or abrupt movements. 1 more deep breath. Now at the next inhale, left arm sweeps up and over. Turn to your right, squaring your torso down towards the floor, and find a position for your hands that invites ease into the back. So on this side, I can fully bring my both palms down, but on the other side, I had to tent one hand. So it could be different from side to side, and honor that. Relax your neck, take a deep breath into your back body. Exhale, let go a little more, really letting the neck hang from the head hang from the end of the neck. 2 more breaths. As you exhale, draw belly to spine. One more deep, full breath into the back. Exhale, relax neck, pull belly up and in. Inhale, lift your torso and then unwind. Take a breath just to let this energy settle. Place the hands back behind you and come back to your original tight side. And we'll do this side 1 more time. Give it a little more love. Scoot the pelvis back to neutral. Firm the outer edges of your feet down into your mat. And reach the left fingertip, reach the opposite hand, right? Whatever leg is on top, reach that opposite hand away. Take that same side arm, lift it up. Exhale, side bend into that. Relax your neck. This time, take that top arm and exhale it all the way down and back behind you. Bend your elbow with your palm facing away from you. So resting the back of your hand against the small of your back. Flex the feet, pinky toe sides of the feet, grip the mat, and inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, soften shoulders down the back. Make sure both sitting bones are in contact with the mat, both buttocks are in contact with the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, relax the neck. 1 more deep breath. As you exhale, free that arm from behind you, reach it off to the side, and then with your next inhale, pull yourself up. Hand on the side of the ear that was closest to your shoulder. And we pick our heads back up instead of using the neck muscles that we just softened. And then just take a breath and pause, feel. Unwind your legs. And this is what we're going to use the wall for, at least initially, right? So Evelyn and Kat, if you can go over to the couch, hopefully there's enough space for both of you. The pose that we're going to do at the wall is frog at the wall. So lay down and take your feet into a frog shape. Scoot your hips towards the wall so that your knees and your hips are at about the same angle, and that the center of your knee lines up with the center of your ankle. And interlace the hands around the back of your head. Now, Kat and Evelyn, if you don't have enough space for both of you on the couch, one of you could try keeping the legs lifted, although that will add energy. It won't be as restorative, but with the feet not on the wall. And I'm pretty sure you've done these before, Kat. All right, hands behind the head, elbows face the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Hold your breath. Press the back down. Exhale, lift up towards the wall. Now lift the tip of your tail like you're trying to curl the tailbone towards the navel and spread the thighs away from the pelvis. You can use the wall or the couch to help you with that. Soften the pelvis back down and inhale, lower the head. Hold the breath and press the low back down. Exhale, come up. Elbows towards the wall. And then curl the tip of the tail up. Press your feet into the wall or the couch and send your thigh bones away from your pelvis. And pull the belly in. Soften the pelvis down. Inhale to lower. Hold the breath. Press the low back down. Exhale, come up. Elbows towards the wall. Press the feet against the wall and send your thighs away from your pelvis. Keep curling tip of tail up and pull belly in. Soften the pelvis, inhale and lower. 2 more like this. Hold the breath, push the back down, exhale, come up. Press the feet into the wall, curl the tip of the tail up, send your thighs out and away from your pelvis. And pull belly in. Soften pelvis, inhale, come down. Hold the breath, press the low back down. A little different here. Curl the tip of the tail up before you begin your movement. Now exhale, lift head, chest, and shoulders, elbows towards the wall. Keep curling tip of tail up as you exhale. Press feet into the wall, send the thighs out and away from your pelvis. Soften down, inhale and lower. Release the hands outside of the knees, and just give your knees a little press. Or you can bring your knees towards your chest. Work pretty well on the wall and the couch. First, scoot your hips away from the wall a little bit, maybe 6, 10, 12 inches, so that when you put your feet on the wall or on the couch, they're bent at about 90 degrees. Put your right foot on the wall or the couch, cross your left leg over, and maybe you can tuck your left toes under your ankle. If not, no big deal. Bring your hands around the back of your head. This is twisted root abs at the wall. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath, press the back down, lift the tip of the tail, and then exhale, come up. Now squeeze your thighs together as you lift up And with that foot on the wall or the couch, encourage the thigh bone up and away, right? The right thigh up, pelvis, pull belly in. Inhale, lower the pelvis, lower the head, chest, and shoulders. Curl the tip of the tail up. Exhale, lift head, chest, and shoulders. Now squeeze your thighs together and use the right thigh or the right foot on the wall or on the couch to help lift that right thigh up and away from the hip or the pelvis. Inhale, lower the head. One more. Lift the tip of the tail. Exhale, curl. Press the right foot against the wall. Exhale, switch sides. Unwind. And bring the left foot onto the wall or the couch and cross the right over. Maybe tuck your right toes behind your left ankle. But if that doesn't happen, it doesn't just concentrate on crossing the legs. Hands behind the head, elbows face up. Exhale, elbows towards the thigh. Push left foot into the wall. Encourage the left thigh bone away from the pelvis, belly up and in. Soften the pelvis, inhale, come down. Hold the breath, press the low back down, lift the tip of the tail up, squeeze the thighs, exhale, lift. And keep squeezing your thighs as you push your left foot against whatever it's against. Send that left thigh up and away from the pelvis, belly in. Soften pelvis down, inhale, lower head. Last one, hold the breath, push the back down, curl tail up, squeeze thighs, exhale, lift. Using your foot against the wall or the couch, encourage the left thigh bone away from the left side of the pelvis. Pull the belly in. Soften the pelvis down, inhale, lower. Exhale, unwind your legs. And take a breath to rest. Feet can be on the wall, on the couch, or on the floor. Okay, step your feet down. Now, if you have something like a yoga block or a yoga roll or a blanket, we're going to do bridge with a roll. And if you don't have any of those things, that's fine. If you have something, place it between your thighs, right down near your pelvis, and bring your arms to your sides facing up. Take a deep, full breath in through your nose. Exhale, lift the hips up. Keep the arms passive out your sides. I'm concentrating on the spine, on the breath, and on the intention of practicing without struggle. Inhale, lift and open the chest. Exhale, reach the tip of the tail for whatever is between your thighs. And give whatever is between your thighs a gentle squeeze. 2 to 5% effort, that's it. Tiny, tiny, tiniest amount of effort. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, tip of tail to roll, ball, blanket, towel, whatever you got there. Inhale, gently lift the chest, telescoping your ribs. Exhale, reach tail for whatever's between your thighs, lengthening, tractioning, being mindful of any struggle or tension that enters the body. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lift and lengthen tailbone. Last one, deep breath in. Exhale, tip of tail reaches long. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, come down slowly, 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 mindfully, with care and consideration. And take whatever was between your legs off, and then roll to your side, come onto your hands and knees. So in Restorative Forrest Yoga, I love this next posture, which is called Turbo Puppy. Coming into tabletop, walk your hands forward about a foot. Then bend your elbows just enough so that your forearms are hovering a few inches, 3 to 6 inches away from the ground. Elbows are bent. Now you might notice that your spine came into like a cow spine, right? The shoulder blades are kind of collapsing down. The belly is relaxed and soft. So we're going to go to the opposite. This posture is actually the opposite shape. So press into your palms, start to lift your back up like a little bit of a cat pose. Imagine you're lifting your shoulder blades up and firm your elbows towards each other. Neck as much as you can. Really let your head hang. Inhale, lift and spread your upper back. Exhale, firm your inner elbows and upper arms towards one another. And let that help you let go in your neck. Let the support of your chest and shoulders allow you to free your neck. Inhale, lift the upper back. Exhale, firm inner elbows, upper arms. Feel your chest muscles contract and then check in with your neck. Are you holding tension there? Can you let it go? Inhale, lift and spread the back ribs. Exhale, inner elbows squeeze in, upper arms squeeze in. Soften through the neck. One more breath. Inhale, lift and spread the back ribs. Exhale, firm inner elbows towards each other like you're holding a beach ball between the elbows. Soften, let go on your neck and jaw. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hips back. Child's pose or embryo, as we do in Forest Yoga, the palms face up by your feet. Let your forehead rest on the mat. Place the hands under the shoulders, lift the torso, and let's come up to stand. So practicing Restorative Forest Yoga, there's a lot of internal work and paying attention to what's happening in the inner environment. Let's take the feet out wide into horse stance or goddess, right? The toes face out, the knees are bent. There's a tendency here to kind of lean forward into this pose, so make sure that the crown of your head is over your tail as you come straight down. Place your tops of your hips, right? So right on the crease, right where your hips meet your thighs meet your pelvis. Your shoulders might even kind of hinge up around your ears if pushing your arms down. We're going to practice Uddiyana here. You take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale everything out of your mouth. Lift up the pelvic floor and lift the belly button up and in. But stay out of struggle with this. See if you can be in this deep internal energy without trying, efforting so hard. Relax the belly and the pelvic floor. Inhale. Exhale everything out. Don't breathe in. Just lift the pelvic floor, belly button up and in. Feel how the ribs, the muscles start to go in and underneath and flare open your ribs. Stay out of struggle as you hold this. Press your hands into your thighs. Soften the pelvic floor. Release. Inhale. Exhale everything out. Stay empty. Don't breathe in. Lift up the pelvic floor. Lift up the belly button. Lift the muscles up and under the diaphragm. Gently press the hands into the thighs. Stay out of struggle. Relax. One more. Inhale. Exhale everything out. Stay empty, lift up and in. Go. Inhale, straighten your legs. Turn your toes forward and fold. Just let your head hang down. Gentle opening in the backs of the legs. And inhale, hands to the hips. The feet, exhale, come up. Walk your feet together. Take a roll, a block, a blanket, something that you can place in between your thighs again for restorative chair pose. So you've got something in between your thighs and come to the top of your mat with your feet hip distance apart. Close your eyes, align the crown of the head over the tail. Take a deep breath in, eyes open. Exhale, hands at the heart. Begin to bend your knees. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, arms come up and over. And you're in chair. Now inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, curl tip of tail to that object between your thighs. Should feel like all the muscles in your back kind of wrap around and stretch down over your sacrum. Inhale, lift chest. Roll or block or blanket. Remember to stay out of struggle. Inhale, gently lift the chest. Exhale, curl the tailbone towards the object. Pull the belly back and in. Two more just like this. Inhale, lift chest. Inhale. Press off your heels and exhale, fold. Keep the object with you. Release the back as you fold. Now, keeping that object, whatever it is, between your legs, just step back. Step back into downward facing dog. And then use that ball or block or roll to help you, once you come into downward facing dog, to traction the thigh bones back into the pelvis. So as you reach the hips back, press the thighs back. And feel how that object between your legs extends a bit more clearly. Your toes come forward to plank. Lower your knees, and then take that thing away, whatever it is. Put it to the side, come all the way down. Modified chaturanga to the belly. Reach your legs back behind you. And just bring your elbows over your wrists, arms bent 90 degrees. Reach the arms back behind you with the palms facing you. Inhale, lift everything off the ground, the torso, the legs, but keep your gaze down at your mat. So neck stays soft. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach fingertips and toes back. Neck stays soft. One more breath. Exhale, lower, hands come under the shoulders, press back, downward facing dog. I'm going to do a few poses now to focus again on the hips. Stay in poses that are pretty low to the ground, pretty still in the canon of Forrest Yoga. There's a lot of really intense poses. And this practice will take the more gentle ones. Inhale, step the left foot forward and flip over the right side of your mat, set your knee down. So you've got some double padding for your knee. And then inhale, come up, low crescent lunge. Telescope the ribs. Exhale, soften the shoulders down the back. Inhale. Forward. Feeling a little bit more release in the front of your right hip as you do that. A couple more breaths here. Inhale, telescope ribs. Exhale, curl the tailbone forward. Be mindful of your face tensing, bunching up between your eyebrows. One more breath in. Exhale, lower the hands down. Wiggle your left foot to the left side of your mat. Bring both hands on the inside of your left foot. Now, tuck the back toes under. You're going to need to unflip your mat here and come into main coon cat, right? Spread your fingers open really well and squeeze your left knee against your left shoulder. Inhale, reach your chest forward. Exhale, press your right heel back and sink down through the hips. Inhale, chest reaches forward. Exhale, belly in and tuck tail towards the mat. Be mindful of tension in your face and your breath. If you need to bring the right knee down to stay out of the struggle zone, then that's what you do. You'll still get a whole lot of opening in this posture. One more breath. Inhale, reach the chest forward. Exhale, tuck tail under. And then lower the right knee down. We're coming into the lounge lunge. Bring your right hand forward about 10 inches and hold on to your left shin with your forearm. Just angle your torso down towards the mat so that your whole right side kind of hangs down like a hammock, right? Like your right arm is one tree and it's attached. And your right side is like a hammock, just hanging down to the floor. Inhale, stretch the ribs towards your right wrist. Exhale, pull the belly in. The rib cage towards the wrist. Exhale, reach back through the right leg. In your rib cage, and how it helps to open up the intercostal muscles, the muscles in between each rib. See if you can feel the inflation of your lung, your right lung, all the way down towards your right waistline. Take one more huge breath in. Exhale, slowly push up and away. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Lower the knees and glide down. Modified chaturanga to the belly. All right, now take one of this. If you have something soft, like a ball, a roll, or a blanket, right, you're going to use that next. So I'm going to use the blanket to demonstrate. And you're going to put that right underneath your pelvis, not in the soft stuff, but on the pubic bone, right? So you want to put your pubic bone on that blanket or towel and lay on it. We're going to do Cobra over the blanket. Bring your forearms forward and lift the forearms off the ground, just like we did in Turbo Puppy. Now press the pubic bone into the blanket and inhale, lift the chest. Now scoop the belly up and in, pull the ribs forward, and exhale, lower the chest down. Inhale, pick yourself back up. Exhale, scoop the belly button up and in, pull the chest forward, and come down. Inhale, back up. Press the pubic bone against the blanket, tuck the tail in, lift belly button up and in, and then pull the ribs forward as you come down. Nice, long, slow tractioning of the body. Bring the hands under the shoulders, press off whatever was under your pelvis, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, inhale. Flip over the left side of your mat and set your left knee down on it for support. And come up for crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Mindful of the shoulders and see if you can have ease in the shoulders. Inhale, press into right foot, lift your mat a little more. Exhale, gently tuck tail forward. Your body. You start to come up in those pockets of oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, and there's tightness and tension and a response? Or is it like, oh, hi, there you are. Before I go stomping into that energy. Right? So how you're approaching deep. Bring the hands down. Wiggle the right foot out to the right. Bring both hands on the inside of your right foot. You might have to negotiate with your mat situation. Lift the left knee from the ground. Toes tucked under. Firm the right knee against your right shoulder. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, left heel back. Whew. Now, you might need to bring your knee to the ground to do this one struggle-free tonight. Right, so really listen to your body. What do you need in this moment? Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, curl tip of tail towards the front of your mat. Inhale, telescope the ribs. Exhale, pull the belly in. If your heel is lifted, reach out through that left heel. And really be mindful of how you move energetically inside your own body. And we're practicing tonight struggle-free, which in itself is a practice that can be done over a lifetime because we're so habituated and our culture values and puts virtue behind struggle and effort. And there's nothing wrong with good effort, It's the kind of effort that gets you all bunched up inside. It's usually an effort that has the subtext of not good enough behind it. Okay, lower your knee if it wasn't down yet. And take your left hand about 12 inches in front of your left shoulder. Lean on that left palm. Untuck the left toes. Wrap your right forearm around your right shin. And then just start to kind of turn a little towards the right and just sag your whole down around a hammock. Should hopefully feel this as a stretch in your intercostals, your psoas. Down, scope the ribs towards your left wrist. Exhale, belly in. Inhale, telescope the ribs towards the left wrist. Exhale, curl tip of tail under. Inhale and see if you can experience the inflation of your left lung and your left rib cage all the way down to your waist. Exhale, belly pulls back. And tuck tail under. One more deep breath in. Exhale, energize through that left leg like your left leg just got 2 inches longer, reaching it back. Now slowly begin to press off your left hand, press your hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank, and then lower your knees and take something soft now. So if it's Forrest Yoga, we use rolls a lot, or I have this thing called a gorgeous ball, which is like a half blown up rubber ball. If you're using a blanket or a towel, roll it up so that it's about that big. I'll demonstrate with this one. So this time, place whatever you have in between your hips and your ribs. So you're going to lay your stomach, your guts over that roll. Wiggle around and make sure that your pelvis is not on the roll. Okay, bring your legs together like one leg and place your hands under your shoulders. This next exercise is great for releasing tension in the abdominal wall. Now, inhale, push your belly out into the roll. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone to the roll, and exhale, push up. And so we're starting in a cobra shape, right? Like you're pressed up off the roll. Now let your belly relax, right? Let your belly just soften into the roll. Inhale, push the belly out. Lift the belly button up and in, pull the chest forward, and exhale, come down. Now soften your belly as you come down and just let the roll massage into your abdominal wall and all the tension that you might have in there. And take a deep breath in. Spreading the belly out into the roll, exhale, push up into Cobra. Now soften your belly, inhale, expand it out like a balloon again. Now pull the rib cage forward, lift the belly button up and in, and then exhale, come down and let your abdominal wall go soft. So the softer you can make the abdominal wall, the more you'll feel that roll massage into all those spots between your organs, between all the different layers of abdominal muscle. Deep breath in, balloon the belly out. Exhale, push up to Cobra. One more time. Firm the pubic bone to the roll and inhale, expand the belly out. Using your arms, pull your chest up and through, and then soften as you lower. So that the abdominal wall goes soft and the roll comes into it. Oh. And exhale, gently press yourself off. Take out whatever was underneath. Downward facing dog. And exhale, bring the knees down to the mat. And flip over onto your back. If you are working at the wall, we're going to do bridge at the wall. And if you are on your mat, so Kat and Evelyn, you guys are going to do a regular bridge, or if you have blocks, you can do a restorative bridge with the block under your sacrum. I'm going to instruct bridge at the wall. So whoever has their mat set up near a wall, and Evelyn and Kat, you can start setting up bridge pose. Get up against the wall with your right hip at the wall, and then flip over onto your back and scoot in so that your butt is against the wall, and then bend your knees. Arms are at your sides passively. Exhale, start to lift your hips up, and then walk your feet up the wall until your knees are directly over your hips and your shins are parallel to the floor. This is also like a supported shoulder stand or bridge at the wall. Everybody inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, reach tip of tail up. And if you're at the wall, you're very lightly firming the soles of your feet into the wall and sending your thigh bones up and away from your pelvis. In fact, everybody in bridge today, take a deep breath in, open the heart. Exhale, send your thighs away from your pelvis. Just make some space at your hip joint and energetically reach the thighs away. Inhale. Exhale, lift the tip of the tail. Energetically send your shins away from your buttocks. 2 more breaths. Stay out of struggle. Energy can be intense, can be building. But struggle is when we stop believing that we're enough. 1 more breath. Come down slowly. If you're at the wall, when your pelvis comes down to the ground, just straighten your legs at the wall. And if you're Kat or Evelyn, straighten your legs out into Shavasana. Very gently tip chin to chest. Make space on your back body, moving your shoulder blades away from under you so that your arms open up a little bit more and you feel that your back is in better contact with the floor beneath you. Relax your jaw, letting your bottom jaw float away from your upper jaw. Relax your eyes. Relax the center of your ear, your inner ear. And if you had your feet up the wall, start to gently wiggle your toes a little bit and deepen your breath. If you're laying down, start to wiggle your toes a little bit and deepen your breath. Okay, legs up the wall, people, bend your knees, bring your feet onto the wall. Shavasana, people, bend your knees into your chest. When you're ready, roll to your side. Rest a moment in fetal pose. Use your hands, press yourself up, put seat. Align the center of the crown over the center of the pelvis. Feel ease in your shoulders, hips, jaw, behind the eyes, between the eyebrows, the inner ear. And breathe into your cell tissue right now, ease and spaciousness. Whatever sense of ease or spaciousness or like ooey gooey goodness, just maybe a feeling of warmth and relaxation, breathe that into your cell tissue. Uptake the ease, the self-acceptance, the self-love and compassion that you generated through your practice. Whenever we struggle and try too hard in our practice or in life, we're reinforcing the idea that we're not good enough as we are and that we have to show some kind of struggle or grit to be validated, to be worthwhile. And that's just not true. It doesn't serve our nervous system at all to struggle and push and force ourselves. And just sit with this feeling, whatever feeling of ease and safety and groundedness and acceptance that you generated through your practice this evening. And take one more deep breath into that, spreading it throughout your body energetically. And as you exhale, bring the hands together in front of the heart, gently bowing forehead towards fingertips and sealing in the practice. Namaste. All right. Whew.